What's up, dudes? Welcome back to another episode of Rhomas Men's Team. Pretty simple. We are a group of guys helping each other make progress towards each other's goals. If you're new to the channel, awesome and welcome. If you want to help support the channel and join our pro team, head over to rhomasteam.com/pro, where you can contribute to us on a donation basis. We also give you access to exclusive content, mastermind groups, etc., etc. So anyway, hope you enjoy this episode, and we'll see you on the team.
We're live. What's up, bro?
What's up, buddy?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Back from Indianapolis. It was victorious. It was very, very good.
Nice, dude. So how often are you gonna do these things?
Ideally, once a month, 2 max. If there's something that just pops up, 2 max, but 2 weekends a month maximum, and then ideally probably alternating between 1 month, maybe 2, or 1 2 or 2 2 1. It's kind of giving it a little bit of fluctuation, so there's a break.
Okay, hell yeah. And then you went to Indianapolis, and then how many shows do you do there?
4.
We did 4. Multiple shows in a day?
Yeah, we did 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday.
Okay, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was great. It went really well. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and it went very well. So I was pumped on that.
Hell yeah, man. Cool. I was just telling Matt. Morning, guys.
Morning, bros.
So hard. I got matcha tea, and then it was sweetened, and I used to use that as a sign from the universe that I should drink it. It's like, oh, I didn't ask for this. It just fell on my lap. This sweet little treat. And
Yeah.
now I force myself to throw the food out or pour it out, and helps me stay on my diet. It's the worst, dude, when I get a salad and has dressing on it and it tastes some dressing tastes so good, and I got to send it back.
Yeah.
Just no alignment.
Yeah, man. That's the I was telling you before we started, that's one thing when you're away, especially if you're traveling for work or doing stuff. I have a specific diet. I can't eat certain things, and it's when you're traveling, I try to look it up and set it up so I can just find one place that just has food that actually, I was explaining to you, my body enjoys. I see Ray's comment. Ray, quit fucking playing around. So I'm always trying to eat food that
doesn't
just taste good, but my body can use to build and all that stuff. So I'm always looking for a place with fuel. I'm I need a place I can get just grilled vegetables, or grilled vegetables, rice, chicken, and something like that. That's the best case scenario when you're traveling like that. And I'll pack fruit and stuff, but I always need a substantial meal or two a day. And dude, in Indianapolis, there was fucking nothing. If to that reason, they have a ton of, I'm sure, delicious food, but around where I was, there was nothing. So I was just eating P.F. Chang's, and it's good. It's funny because my biology, I eat it, and I'm it's salty, and there's a part of my brain that's yeah, keep shoveling this in, and I'm sitting there just going I'm gonna feel like shit after I eat this.
Oh yeah.
But I eventually found a place the last day. The what?
The sugar content of P.F. Chang's.
Well, dude, so I got the sweet. No, I haven't. I don't want to even think about it. But it's I had
crazy.
Well, this is what happened. I had the spicy chicken, which is I know is so sweet. So the next day I go, I'm not going to get that fried spicy chicken. I'm going to get ginger chicken. I started eating it. It tasted like they dumped it a Coca-Cola on it. I'm what the fuck, man?
Dude,
can I just get some regular
crazy
shit? It's insane. Dude, and I'm a stickler. So it's the average person is just going to show up and go whatever and just munch, and dude, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy, and it's it's just a constant. It's hard enough when I'm at home and I have full control. I'm trying to eat right. When you're out and you're traveling, it's that was tough. But I did find a place that was actually really good. But it was Sunday. It was the very last day, and I'm God damn it! I wish I would have ate it, because I usually find one place and that's all I eat the entire weekend. So.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, dude, one time I was in the airport and I haven't eaten all day. I actually used travel days as really good diet days.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just don't eat anything, and then you're good, and then all of a sudden you lose 3 pounds for that day or whatever. But one time I was so fucking hungry, and I was all right, I just need to eat some food. Went to P.F. Chang's, and then there's a P.F. Chang's out here in the Orange County airport, and I did a little research on the meals, and I was holy shit, the fat content's through the roof.
Yeah.
The sugar content, dude, it's 2 cans of Coca-Cola. With a couple lollipops thrown in. It's crazy. It is. That was the number that surprised me the most.
That's not. I didn't even think. I knew it kind of was sweet, but yeah, I didn't even think about that. And also,
Yeah, you don't think about it.
and Gibbons was saying the one meal a day. I've done that before, and I like it. With stand up, it's very difficult because like with anything else, if you're kind of hungry, it's like whatever. But like if I'm like hungry to the point where I'm kind of lightheaded, it's really tough. Like you need your brain to be firing. So it's like what I usually do is I don't really eat much all day, but I need like a meal a couple hours before stand up. Like I've done it before where I'm kind of hungry, and it's like it's a gamble because if you get kind of spacey in your head, it's like it's not the best. So, but I can still. I'm sure I could mess around with that a little bit, but it's one of those things where like you're dealing with a million things and you're kind of like fuck. So, but yeah,
I can. Given the same, once you're acclimated, you're good. So I've been doing. I second that for MFG. I've been doing one meal a day. I would say 95% of the time, like unless like my mom's out here or something like that, or somebody's visiting. But yeah, you eventually get acclimated, like 100%. I used to get the same kind of fatigue or like, and like anticipation of the meal, like hardcore to the point where it'd be distracting. But now I'm completely fine. As long as I eat around, if I don't leave it until like 9 p.m., if I eat around like anywhere between like 5 and 7 p.m., then I'm good. Like that's like the Goldilocks zone right there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to try it out because that's the. I'm telling you, it's tough when you're doing stand up and like you didn't really eat or you have some sort of little thing. It can fuck you up. So I've done it before, and I've done stand up where I had like a fever and that like sucked too. But it's one of those things. Like, it can be good. It can be it can be good. It can be one of those things that kind of throws you off. Yeah.
Do you eat breakfast?
Yeah, I usually eat a breakfast. I went back and forth on that. I wasn't for a while, but I kind of like eating. I used to eat a heavy breakfast and then really not eat all day till later. Now I eat kind of a lighter breakfast and lunch is my bigger meal. But yeah, and I know this from podcasting. I was fasting and doing podcasts, and it's like, dude, it would get tough. I would start like there'd be simple words. I'm like, fuck, what's that fucking word? And I'm just kind of like I could feel myself being kind of spaced, and I'm like, all right, no more.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. I totally get. Yeah, I love breakfast. I haven't eaten it. I literally don't remember last time I ate breakfast, other than let's say like Christmas. But maybe I ate breakfast 3 times in 2021, something like that. And I don't miss it at all. But it helps me stay super tight on the diet. And then the one meal a day is like helps me maintain super like strict guidelines. Just because you take the decision out of it. I don't have to decide 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day on whether or not I'm eating or what I'm going to be eating. Now it's like I'm not eating.
Yeah.
So, MFG, where are you at with the body fat percentage, man? I'm probably at like 9%. So I'm curious where you're at. And then Matt, are you down for having somebody on if they want to come on?
Yeah, man. Let's grab them.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Let's see if MFG can do it. MFG, if not, no prob.
Oh, he's around 6 to 8%. That's a nice spot to be, man.
Yeah, man. That's pretty tight. But yeah, that was a struggle this weekend. What's up, dude? You got a little echo going.
Dude, look at him, man. I love it. I love it, dude. It's so high and tight, dude.
Oh yeah.
So you're 6 to 8?
I gotta be around there, man. It's I've been using the Renfo scale, and that fucking thing is gonna be way off because I just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's telling me like over 12, and I'm like, that can't be anywhere near right. It's like, it's getting fucked up, man. I didn't think I had the genetics for this. I'm getting veins on the bottom of my abs. It's just like, it's wild.
So what did you?
Probably sub 6 if you're getting veins around. Is your belly button popped out yet?
Yeah, it's starting to. It's fucked up though because I still have like I still have like some loose skin.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Because I got wicked fucking fat kids. I got that little bit of loose skin right there, but
yeah,
that's crazy, dude. What have you been doing?
I fucking lose my mind, man. I exercise like a lunatic.
That's awesome.
One meal a day, the carnivore diet, it just works. I know Wes is very opposed to that and leans.
I like the 1 meal a day.
Diet. But yeah, I just eat red meat, salt, and water. About 2 to 3 pounds of red meat a day.
Jesus.
Fuck, that's pretty sick.
I got the fucking sauna set up in the corner over there, so I've been in the sauna every day for at least 45 minutes at about like 200, 215 degrees.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just trying to. I'm having a hard time, man, mentally. So I'm just using all the tools in my toolbox to try to alleviate that through meditation, exercise, sauna,
So what's the end goal? I mean, the artwork's looking sick.
The end goal was what?
What are you trying to do overall?
So right now what I'm doing is I've got the first piece out of 25 done. I'm doing a collection of 25.
Sick.
So I'm working on the second one now, which is coming right along. So the goal is to start pushing those out more. So in order to do that, I've started to identify what the workflow is going to look like, doing things like, setting timers and doing 2-hour chunks of drawing every day. But ideally,
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and just to break things down, you know what I mean, and just I've got plenty of work to do here in the house, which is good, but I've nursing a shoulder injury, so I was living in fucking limbo, and it's not good for me.
Yeah.
Like everything was okay, but I wasn't getting traction anywhere and trying to pussyfoot around stuff. So
sure,
kind of now just quantifying things. So the goal is I'm going to drop a series of 25 of these neon. As per Ray, add a little color.
Yeah, how's that been going? Adding the color to them?
Really well.
Sick.
Well. Yeah, it's and the feedback has been, even better than what I could have expected. So
that's awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
To fold more color in there, and then looking at when I go to drop the NFTs, and I'm still fucking new to this, so I'm kind of just probably talking out of my ass now. But ideally, I'd like to do 25 of them, and if I can get close to $400 each, that makes it a lot of 10,000 gross. You know what I mean? So, and then, but using the 25 as a marketing research to see what it's going to take to buy sponsored ads on Instagram, to reach out to other creators and ask them how much would they charge me to fucking post my piece on their stories or like that. So I'm going to see what I can, and I might lose money on the whole thing, but that's fine. I've got time, and that's, if I lose $1,000, $1,500 as an experiment, but I can start to quantify it to see what it takes and where to go.
True.
And then from there, start looking at, information as far as kind of seeing where to, change pieces and creatively go from there. But trying to marry creativity and marketing, which is interesting.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm telling you, that's awesome, man. It's with stand up. That was the one thing. Like when you sell tickets, it's like you don't know how well you're gonna sell. So it's like you have to at one point just go, all right, I'll be here this weekend. You're just like, please don't have it. There be like 7 fucking people, and it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, you could totally lose, but I think it's so necessary to go through that. And then you'll get a sense of it once you do it, and you can always tweak if you don't like it. Now you know exactly how to tweak it, and then other cases that you're pleasantly surprised, and you go, oh, sweet. So
yeah, and
yeah.
I was having a hell of a time yesterday, man. I listened to, and it's a short read, and if anybody wants it, I can send them the link. It's on YouTube because I'm a fucking thief. But The War of Art.
Oh, it's great.
Oh yeah.
I listened to that yesterday. It was like 2.5, 3 hours, and then really just been digging into Pressfield because, he's an inspiring guy. He was a fucking loser into his 40s, just like I'm shaping up to be. So.
Oh, that's not true.
That dude figured it out and a model after what works.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about the main concept that I always remember from that book is that his thing of resistance and how you need it. One of the main things is encountering your own personal resistance, kind of like doing the thing that, the art or whatever thing of your craft. What'd you make of that whole piece of the book?
Oh, it's universal. I mean, I feel, and I wouldn't have known how to articulate it prior, but I've encountered and felt resistance in all areas, whether that's from diet and exercise, whether that's from, even this morning, I was not going to sit down and just get right to work. I was like, oh, let me go get some measurements so when I go to the supply house, I can get what I need to finish up this room. And then I'm like, no, I got to sit the fuck down and get to work.
Yep.
But the pull was real, and it comes within you, and then it's, I don't know. It's when you have to figure out what you need to do. It's like there's only fucking one of me. Why are there 2 yous? You know what I mean? Like it's the constant battle against yourself, and that's really where I'm at now is finding best practices to start to iron out a schedule. So earlier West, there's no thinking anymore.
Yep, 100%. Yep. Can I ask you a question real quick, MFG?
Yeah.
Number one, dude, I think it's fucking phenomenal. I think like literally. I think about you relatively often because you're such a beast, and it's like I think you have a bit of me and I have a bit of you, sort of a thing. Like building your environment. It's like, I don't give a shit. Like, I want a sauna, so I'm going to put a sauna right in my corner right now. You know, it's like, because that's related to. I fucking admire the hell out of that. Have you ever read any Russell Brunson stuff by any chance?
No. Brunson,
so like expert, yeah, Brunson. Now, I'm sure Kaizen has heard of him. So he's a marketing guy. Some of the stuff, it's like when you read these marketing guys, like in my opinion, they take it too far to the point where it starts to get like, it doesn't make me feel good. It starts to get a little sleazy because they start to learn the tactics and they just go overboard with it. But Expert Secrets is outstanding, and .com Secrets is outstanding.
Hey dudes, sorry for the interruption here. Just wanted to let you know, if you want to join our pro team, go to romasteam.com/pro. You can help support the channel. You will also get access to exclusive content, masterminds, one-on-one sessions, etc. All right, back to the episode.
I can give you a quick shortcut of what I'm thinking for you is like when you're creating that art, you know, are you creating a video or something in parallel to give the origin story of that particular art? Dude, origin stories, man. I mean, I'm speaking from experience. Like, they took our business from, you know, let's say level 1 to level 10 inside of like 6 months, just by telling people and like really formalizing the story, like going through and actually writing word for word the narrative of why you're doing this thing. Holy shit, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So I remember, because I was I forget where I came across it, but where they did the experiment that they took, I don't know, a couple $100 worth of shit from like Walmart. Yep. They crafted a narrative. Mm-hmm. So you know, I'm an introvert by nature. You know, I don't really like, you know, I try to put myself out there, but on the heels of that, you can see kind of my setup here now. So every time I'm drawing, I have a time lapse going overhead, and then
hell yeah, dude!
I'm McCusker on Instagram Live. So
that's pretty cool.
Shit.
So kind of build in, that's good, you know, kind of fucking hack setup right now, but getting that set up, I'd like to be able to do exactly what you're saying. So when I sell the art, the piece that will be the digital representation will be the time lapse of the creation, because start and stop that every time I'm starting and going. So you can actually see the piece go from a blank sheet of paper to adding all the lines, and because it's fucking 15-20 hours per piece.
That's cool.
Put that down to a minute. But yeah, so I'm kind of trying to pull the, but that's it too. I need to put myself out there more as an artist. I'm not really in the art scene or community. You know what I mean? I've got a few people online, but I do have to put myself out there more, because you're absolutely right. People don't give a fuck about the piece as much as they do about the artist and the story and the narrative and where the genesis of it, you know?
Have you ever seen, what is his name? Jeff Nippard on bodybuilding?
No.
So if you go on YouTube and type in Jeff Nippard, I love his videos because he's super. Now, the one thing he could improve is he's like very monotone, but it gives even more value to his words. Like, that's how much I love him. I'm willing to forego his like monotone nature and like relatively boring way of speaking, because he's so precise with his words and the visuals that he uses. And I think you're just as smart as him, if not smarter. And I think if you took some of that, I would watch the video for sure. So like, for instance, as you're drawing the art and you're giving the origin story and your thought process behind that art, and you just see when, like, the way he edits, to a novice, it probably looks like nothing, or like no editing involved, but to a professional, it's like, holy shit, this guy knows how to fucking edit. So much to the point where it doesn't get in the way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, he really weaves the narrative throughout, and there's nothing super fancy about it, but then he'll go to an overhead shot. That's why I love your rig that you have set up. Dude, but I would love to watch a video of you creating art, and in the background you're giving the narrative, oh, here's why I wrote this piece, or here's why I'm an artist. Oh, dude, 100%. And that story that you referenced is exactly the story that I was thinking of when I was telling you to do that. And for those of you who don't know the story that MFG is referring to, basically, what do? They bought, like, actually, MFG, I'll let you tell the story.
You can probably tell better than me, but from what I understood, they took, call it $200 worth of random items that they bought at like dollar stores or Walmart. They took them back, listed them online on eBay, I believe, and they crafted this long narrative like, oh, this is our daughter's and she no longer uses it. You know, this cheap little piece of shit toy. And now went from, they paid $2 for it and they were able to sell it for I mean, what did they post? What it was like a 4,000 or 5,000% profit margin, something obscene.
It was crazy. Yeah, they bought like
so
$200
funny.
worth of stuff, and they end up selling it for, let's say, $3,000. It was something ridiculous, just by adding the story to it. And dude, it's like if they can do that with like a little toy horse that they bought from the dollar store, like you could for sure do that with custom art.
Yeah, and
So pumped for you, buddy.
I really like the idea because it's funny because I'm watching geez, I'll have to send you the link, Wes, but there's this guy that does calisthenics that exactly what you're talking about. He just has a small box in the corner of like him sitting at a desk narrating what he's doing, and I find it terribly engaging. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it might be the same guy because he's fucking monotone. You know what I mean? Pretty not compelling by any stretch, but
yeah.
And I think that would give me the opportunity too, because as abstract as my pieces are to narrate them, it's not necessarily as technical as it would be more, I dare say, philosophical or kind of what I'm thinking as I'm going through it, or
Exactly.
personal story and bullshit into the piece as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I don't think there's any limit to what you like. Even if you told me, like, yeah, I was bored as shit when I was doing this piece, or like this was a meditative moment for me. This is the point where I want to stay. Like, it almost wouldn't matter as long as it's fucking authentic, and you did it in an efficient way, like those videos that you're referring to.
Yeah, as long as you do it in the way you like to do it, and the one thing too with it is like it's almost hard to get used to this, but it's like you can always just do like whenever for some reason whenever you hit record, it's like oh fuck, you can always just delete it if you did it and you don't like it, just fucking delete it. But it's like if you're doing it, it's good to get used to that, and then you do capture moments that you're like holy fuck, that's kind of cool. But it's like whatever you're comfortable with. Even like I said, the time lapse is a cool element. Adding even like picking music and putting to anything to it is cool. The thing Troy's putting up is he was talking about I guess that would have been a study, like a marketing study where they like bought the items, came out with stories. He's saying my one issue with that is the dishonesty involved. I think you can certainly use that for dishonest means. I also think that was just the nature of the like experiment, and the whole thing it was trying to show is the power of narrative. So like yeah, you could totally lie and make up bullshit, but I feel like anymore today people are like sleuths online, and it's like you will be figured out pretty quickly. In my opinion, you'll be figured out pretty quickly. So it's not like a lying thing. That was the experiment to show like, holy shit, this is something that humans, and it's if you think about it, it's like it's almost obvious, but it's like holy shit, you don't realize. No one's ever really quantified it. I mean, I'm sure maybe they have, but like I've never seen anyone quantify that quickly with something like, again, buying crap at Walmart, and like you start to go, how much of purchasing, and they figured this out marketing in the 50s, how much of purchasing is the actual value versus the story and, the associations people make. I think what Wes is just saying is like, it's a cool element you can do to kind of differentiate yourself from the pack, or like another level of, if you like that. But yeah, dude, I do think there's like MFG, you're similar to me in a way too, where like you have a lot of energy, and if it doesn't get out of you in some sort of constructive, creative endeavor, it starts to kind of fly back inside of you, and then it's just like so it's like, yeah, man, that's important to have that down and get it out. And I think Wes I think you both alluded to this, and it's like in order to kind of push through that resistance, you need as few little cones in your way to like sit down in your chair to do what you need to do as possible. And the scheduling is the biggest thing. Like when you go, I do the same thing every morning. I should probably sit down and like, I got to do stuff with like t-shirts, or I got to do this transfer for PayPal bullshit. It's like, if I don't have a schedule in place, I'll be like, let me get that out of the way. Next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock. I'm like, fuck, I might as well. Today, it's like, if you have that schedule, you go, nope, today, this is the time for this thing specifically. I'll do, it's insane how well that works.
So,
yep.
Matt,
100%.
What helps you, Matt, to be able to, because I feel like you've talked about this in the past, and I can relate to this, like the chasing excitement. You know what I mean? Like feeling like let me just go do this, and let me get that done, let me get this done. How do you, aside from a schedule, like how did you, does that get easier with time? Because like one of my mantras is be more boring. Because fucking you sitting in your basement for 4 or 5 hours a day writing is pretty objectively boring. It takes to create, but like me just sitting here in the middle of the woods, pretty fucking boring.
Yeah, dude, honestly, it's funny, and I totally understand what you're saying. The thing with me is like writing is like doing all the other weird administrative shit is boring to me. I love writing. Time goes by, and like 4 hours will go by in what seems like literally an hour. It's crazy. I will hit slogs and be like, oh god, but I would say To answer your question, this is why I kind of asked you this question originally. Like, what's the like? Is there an ultimate end goal? And with writing, I have an ultimate end goal. My ultimate end goal is to produce books that people read and genuinely can connect with, and ultimately at the end of it feel a little bit better about life. That's my ultimate goal with that. And it's like, so when I'm like bored or I'm like kind of stressed, I'm like, well, I think about that and I go, it's okay, because I have an ultimate goal that's more compelling. The feeling of, let's say compulsion for my ultimate goal overrides momentary and daily stresses. It's like I experience them, I'm like, these suck. But to answer your question, man, that's where for me meditation that's the biggest thing. Because then it's like these things that are experienced as like immediate realities of like boredom, anxiety, frustration, the more and more you meditate, the more they become like almost like a passing thing. You're like, oh, here's that thing called boredom again. You kind of notice it and you go, yep, I know that. Okay. Anyway, what was I up to? And you just continue doing it. And of course, you might hit your limit and go, actually, I'm genuinely done from the day. I my brain's fried. I can't focus. I tried to override it, and it's like, let me go do this. But the meditation is the biggest thing. That's when it's like anger, all that stuff pops up. You're going, here's that thing again, rather than being like this fucking person, blah, 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 and like jumping right into it. And that for me has just helped in every single area of my life. And it's not perfect, obviously. Like, I get caught up in it constantly, but dude, the two things combined, I think Ryan's calling North Star, like being able to answer why am I doing this? And it doesn't have to be this, like, it could just be genuine, like, I want to make money. Fine, it doesn't matter as long as the answer is something that you think about and go, it intrinsically feels like, yes, I would like to have that. That's why I like to do the little exercise with the mindfulness bell when the thing dings, because I've been experimenting with this all week, and I really like it, dude. Of like, again, the mindfulness bell dings. Where am I? What am I doing? Where am I found is like, it just snaps you. The thing I like about that is it snaps you back, snaps you out of your thoughts. Because like when you ask where am I, you're like, I am in my chair. So like, why am I worried about something in some other location that I'm not in? That's why I kind of like that question. What am I doing? Because then like, what am I doing? Because if you're bullshitting, you can say, I'm kind of bullshitting right now. And then why am I doing this? Because then you have to confront like, what is the actual reason behind my current behavior in this moment? And then the thing after that is like, because you can come up with an answer, how am I currently feeling? And constantly drilling into your head, like being able to articulate exactly how you feel, it helps. And then you're constantly confronted with, why am I doing that? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? How do I feel about doing this? And it forces you to think about it. So that's helped. That's been pretty helpful for me lately.
Yeah, I love it, man. And MFG, I know that I went through a period where I had that same story in my head. It's like, oh, I just got to do the boring shit. And that helped me get through and like break through the chasm or the membrane of not getting distracted by other shit. And then I remember one day telling myself I was going to be bored. And then I started doing the thing and I wasn't fucking bored. But then I convinced myself that I was bored. So I went through another week of that. And then eventually I was like, I actually like fucking doing this. And I don't know if it was necessary that I went through like the prerequisite of like I had to feel bored at first. Maybe that was it. Kind of like it's almost like if you only drank water and you're coming off of soda, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be bored with drinking water for the first week. But then when you put yourself into like a dehydrated state, and then you the only option for you is to drink water, eventually it's like, holy shit, I really, really like this. But I wonder if that's just part of the natural progression of like, when you first limit your options, you feel like it's boredom because you're cutting off other options. But then eventually I wonder if it's like, you just fucking like it because now it's borderline nostalgic and you have positive like memories of it because it keeps you fucking centered. So I wonder if that's part of the game. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud.
So I use the word boring. I probably used a poor choice of words. It's almost as though, because creating is what I love to do. I could fucking sit here for 18 hours. Like a lunatic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but I guess it's what I need to strengthen my resolve with what my North Star is, because I will fall prey to being like, who the fuck am I to sit around with my dick in my hand drawing all day, having a fucking blast? I should be doing this. I should be productive. I should be earning this amount. I should be doing, you know what I mean? Like, so it's almost, I say bored, but it's almost as though that I don't allow myself. I don't think that I've earned the right to do these things.
Dude, that's the biggest thing, because before you even started saying that, there's the other thing too. It's, because there's, when you're sitting down doing stuff, especially before, you're like financially compensated, there's a huge validation issue. There's a huge thing where, again, you're literally describing that, like, this isn't valid. I'm not what's actually validating me to do this. And yeah, man, that's a real thing. I used to have that with writing. It's like I wrote a book. I wasn't really it wasn't an economic success when I did a book, but it was I get paid by it. It goes to Amazon, but I still don't think I've even broken even yet from editing costs. And, if I wanted to calculate the hours I spent, it's like nowhere near. But so there's one reality of the book. And then there's like the reception of it. People were like, hey, this was good. And that's all I really needed. And then, so it's like, and once you kind of get that validation, it becomes you do almost, from in my experience, you start taking more pleasure in the creative process, and you're not as like as in your head, if that makes sense. You're just like, all right, people said I'm all right at this, let me just trust myself and just kind of intuitively do this for a while, and let's see what happens the next time. It's like, but the real important thing is just like getting that out. That's the thing I've arrived at. It's like I kind of write now, and I would hear people say this, and I'd always be like, yeah, right. But I need to write now. Like, it's something I need to do. So it's like, if people don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's like I'd like them for them to like it, but I also have to write too. So it's like, you might eventually reach that place of drawing where it's like, it's something I need, this creative outlet. I need to kind of put my mind to this and kind of solve these little problems every day. Otherwise, my brain will just go inward and be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And it's like, no, let me do this instead. And it's like, and like what Kaizen is saying is, boredom is the ego. And I haven't read The Power of Now, but when you really start meditating, you do see that like your mind is convincing you that it needs something other than what it's currently experiencing in the moment. And unless you can like clearly articulate what that is and work toward it, there's a huge universe. And you're the one who recommended me this book, the Letting Go book by David Hawkins. Yeah. So much of it, I ended up reading a bunch of his books too, and like, that was a huge level up for me, so thank you for that. But like, yeah, dude, I would just remind you of like really going back to that and like really working on just fully letting go of these feelings. Because for me, the one thing I'm writing now is like, there's a 2-part process, well, 3-part. It's like, figuring out it. Well, first of it's like getting your mind kind of trained through meditation to recognize thoughts and feelings and kind of letting them pass, just starting that process. Being able to get in touch with like what really, really drives you at like the level of ultimate meaning that you think about, and you go, hell yeah. Almost to the point like, if you want to get dramatic, it's like, what is something you would be willing to die for, kind of sacrifice your body towards, something like that, and you can scale that down in intensity. And then once you have those two, you have the process of mindfulness, and you're able to kind of deal with your thoughts without getting spun out. You kind of know why you're doing things. The last part is like the nuts and bolts of structuring the day and your environment so that you actually do those things and like translate them into action. And it's like, that's a 3-part process. That is like again, I kind of dramatize things. It's like, it's a pretty intense journey. Like, that's just the first part of meditation. You can take that all the way up towards like the stuff of Satori and enlightenment, and like, like where like you're just like completely, whatever. I don't know even know if that really exists. Apparently it does. I've read about it, but like, that's a whole personal journey. There's a journey of finding meaning in your life, and then there's the whole other process of boots on the ground, like, let's get it done and do things. And it's like, when you really take those 3 into account, it helps. And the Eckhart Tolle, I haven't read that book, but I've listened to a lot of Eckhart Tolle stuff. And yeah, dude, I would agree that like, once you hit that level of like boredom, it's kind of a modern indulgence. Like, the word, if you look it up, the word boredom wasn't even a thing until like, I think the 1700s. So it's like, it's something you can kind of like, you can eventually swear off. It's an indicator, but of like the things aren't currently right. But I think it's something that people can eventually overcome, and it's almost dizzying to think that you can like let go of things like boredom and anger. And I'm still working towards it myself, but like, I do believe that the human mind is capable of getting to a point where those things kind of come and go, and you're not like launched into a frenzy.
Love it. And dude, MFG, I fucking love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like and this conversation around it, because it's like, this is the work, and this is the behind the scenes thought process of any creator out there. It's not fucking pretty. It's a massive unknown, but it's almost like you're obsessed, if not possessed by it. So it's like, what's your alternative? Your alternative is you don't fucking do it. Then you have to deal with like the possession thing, like fucking saying like, hey, remember you're supposed to do, like, I'd take your road of your path any day of the week over not doing it, 100%.
Yep. I mean, it's the classic stuff of like the daemon, the Greek idea of a daemon. Some people have a daemon, and if they don't express the daemon through their, their stuff they do, it tears them apart.
Yep.
So
same, dude.
You have a daemon, dude. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
You have a daemon.
which is a fucking blessing, bro. Like,
True.
there's a lot of people that I know in like the world that I'm from who just fucking hate what they do, and they have golden handcuffs on, and I mean, you come from a similar background. That's not a game you want to win, dude.
Oh, dude, I've been there. And then I said, fuck it. And I threw away everything and gave away back in 2017. I don't know if anybody knows, but I gave away all my shit. I had a house, I fucking liquidated my company, took the decals off one of my taxis, put my dog and my shit in it, and fucking took off. I gave away all my furniture, everything.
So that was a monumental thing. And then it's like now, it's like now you're at phase 2 of that, and it's like, that was an intuitive power move. You're like, this something about this is not, it's not fulfilling me in a certain way. And now it's like, so it's like, yeah, man, that's just now you're at another crux, and it's like, how do you navigate through this one? And it's I've read a lot of stuff and thought about a lot of stuff and tried a lot of stuff, and it's like again, the mindfulness, the meaning orientation, and like the daily programmed kind of schedule. I don't know of anything better than that,
Yeah.
It's because one thing that I found is that the more things that I take away, the more clarity that I'm able to gain. So when I went to when I cut out drinking, cut out any kind of fucking hard, I smoke weed and take mushrooms. Outside of that, no recreational drug use. But cutting those things out, going down, only eating red meat, only eating one meal a day, it makes things stand out, things that aren't congruent. You know what I mean? It's like addition by subtraction.
Yes.
Yep.
If you clear the table, the fucking things that are off really stand out now, and it's allowed me clarity to not let things become a projection and then have me chasing something down that it isn't from, if that makes sense.
Yep,
100%.
Yeah, it divorces you. You get actually to like a need-based thing rather than the whole matrix of like when they say like you're supposed to have X amount of calories a day, it's like, okay, I understand that, but yeah, it's like I do it all the time. I eat a meal because I'm like, it's lunchtime. And I'll go eat a meal, and I'm not hungry at all. It's just it's lunchtime. It's like, yeah, that is very good to get away from that. And I would argue that same kind of structure exists within your mind of like, I should be angry about this, and it's like, well, maybe not. I don't know. It's like but it's like getting away from that automatic reaction is helpful.
I do feel to go back into the bullshit. Like the more I'm able to let go, because I probably reread that book at least twice a year, Matt, that Letting Go book, because I find it to be terribly valuable.
Great book, man.
But I feel like I will be flowing along, letting go of things, and then something will come up, and I'll feel the anger or the frustration. I'm like, but this isn't something I get frustrated. Like it causes this incongruency within myself, because it wants to pop back up, but then I'm able to kind of put it back in its place. It's an interesting back and forth.
Yeah, well, this is what I say, because again, you can become the trouble with the letting go stuff is like it's a useful tool, but like as a like that's all I'm going to do. It can lead to a type of passivity that doesn't really work. So it's like the counterbalance to that is like, let it go, let it go, let go. But if something pops up a bunch of, like Wes has that Steve Jobs quote where it's like, you do something, and if you don't like it, like, for 2 weeks straight, then it's time to start to kind of reconsider, or to like get some context on like, well, what's going on in those 2 weeks. That same author does talk about like there's letting go, and then there's also like, if you're faced with something, let's say that is I think he uses the word integrous, that's like, it's not like integrous or like doesn't jive with you on like a holistic level, then that's something you would be launched into then like the opposite of letting go, which would be like, confronting that. And that's the confrontation is like key to like keeping that, like that's not something you let go of totally. It's just the inner tension and struggle against things. But like there's the you in the world that needs to kind of interact and kind of confront. That's like sometimes people use a letting go to like, I do that myself of like, I don't want to have this confrontation, but I can easily let go of it, but it's like it'll come back. And then like, the confrontation and letting go, in my opinion, are two of the equally important things. It's just learning how to calibrate them for particular situations.
Awesome.
Yeah. And dude, MFG, I would say this is exactly why I love being on this team, because it's like we're not philosophizing on fucking just concepts. It's like you're going through the work, and then how do we work through the work together as a team? Like I fucking love it, dude. Keep on doing what you're fucking doing. And I love that you picked a number. Like, I'm going to do 25 of these fucking things.
Yeah.
That, dude, that right there, I and everybody else on this team can learn from. It's like, pick a fucking number. Because you're going to go through the roller coaster of emotion. But you don't fucking stop until you hit the number, period.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Keep doing it, brother.
Well, dude, what's the plan for this week? What you got going on?
Me or MFG?
Either one.
Got MFG after you, sir.
I'm just grinding out, man. I'm going to get 5 pieces done this week. So that's
Sweet.
1 per weekday. So it's going to probably take me about 6 to 8 hours a day. And then aside from that, just maintaining my gym and sauna and self-care schedule.
Hell yeah.
Dude. Cool. So for me, 2 things, Rhomas, you, and then prepping for we have another class coming up. I'm super fucking pumped about it. We're going to be teaching our investment classes in colleges. COVID's trying to fucking push back on us right now because they shut down the university we're going to be teaching in. So we got 2 weeks to figure that out. So I got to figure all that shit out, but I'm very much looking forward to it.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to be the main focus this week. Obviously, I'll be doing the podcast tomorrow in New York, but all my time, because I've had when I can't, this is how serious it is. When I can't write, I get like really whacked out. Like this week, I have to do a ton of moving and shit, moving into that new kind of like getting that studio set up, which I'm excited about. But then I go, I can't do my daily writing. Like it fucking bothers me. So I have to sit there and go, it's okay. There's no writing this week. So this week's focus will be just getting all of my stuff into the studio, getting it set up because I want it functional by next week. And it's something I could easily kind of piecemeal and it take like a month. So I want to like set a deadline, reach out for help in areas that I need it and be like, hey, here's what I want to do. Let's get this thing up and running by next week. So
love it, dude. And just so everybody knows, Matt had a huge fucking win this week, which is moving into his new office space, which that's an enormous milestone, bro. I'm so fucking happy for you, buddy.
Thanks, man. I'm pumped. And and now it's like one of those things where it's like, and this helps me to be like, I've invested money in it. I'm paying it's an amount of money I don't want to waste. It's like $1,500 a month. So it's like, I can't let that go to waste. I have to use this space. There's no more bullshitting around. It's like, and I'm excited because I think a lot of good things will come out of it. So.
Hell yeah, dude. You're like Bane coming out of like the bowels of fucking underworld. Just love it. Yeah.
Well, dudes, thank you. And like I said, everyone else, man, if you can, just yourself, list like a specific, and like MFG did, how much of it are you going to get done? Try to quantify it specific. Come back Friday, check in.
All right, dude. Love you guys.
Dudes.
Have a great
Later
rest of
on.
the day.